Okay, so I'll introduce you muna, Miss Leslie. So, good morning, everyone. So, thank you for taking the time to attend today's general meeting. So, my name is Misha, a Global Link point person for this Estilo de Vida. So, today we have invited all of Estilo de Vida sponsors, contractors, yung internal committee, as well as links for a general meeting where we can discuss how this year's competition will be like. So we'll also discuss a bit about yung ingress, proper egress, yung requirements and what documents. Pero for after more details of this will be discussed and covered during our briefing with the top three on October 3. So, and I believe later on, Ms. Ning Ning, President of Links, will also give a quick presentation on the involvement of Links in the show. As in the end, we will also be having a Q&A where everyone is welcome to ask any questions or concerns. So basta our goal for today for everyone to be on the same page. And so with that, I'd like to call on our Estilo de Vida Chair, Architect Leslie Villanueva, to present this year's design theme, competition mechanics, and more.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's general meeting. For those who have been here before, who have been with us through the years, welcome back. And for those who are new to Estilo de Vida, we really welcome you. This is going to be a very exciting year since we are back from the pandemic days. For those who don't know, for years we've been doing the virtual competition. But for the Estilo de Vida competition, which has been going on for 19 years, most of it has been done on site. So this year, 2022, we are back on site, and we are going to build better for this year's theme. So again, welcome to those from PA, to our co-sponsors, to our sponsors, and to our official contractors. So let's begin with the briefing, with the presentation. Next slide, please. Okay, so as you can see from the table of contents, we'll be tackling a lot of topics today. But please feel free to interject whenever you have questions, although we'll have a Q&A later on. You can take down notes so that you won't forget your questions after each topic. Okay, next slide. So we'll start with the overview of our Estilo de Vida. Of course, for those who are familiar with the competition, it is an interior design competition in partnership with PhilConstruct. So the objective here really is to make sure that students, the interior design students, get to experience how it is in the industry. So for the past 2 years, we've been doing the virtual run. So it's just a virtual competition, still very exciting, and we're still able to showcase the talents of students. But for this year, we are back to the physical, and we are pushing it further since we are partnering with links to enhance and support their advocacy. So there are still the values of project collaboration, digital transformation in place, since the students still need to do that for the competition. But we are amping up the social responsibility factor, social relevance factor, by giving the students a chance to create for something bigger. So we'll discuss that more later. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so as mentioned, we are partnering with Links. They are an organization. You'll learn more about them later through Ms. Ning. An organization that helps build bridges for children, meaning to bring them opportunities for reading, learning in their schools or where they are located. So, okay, Next slide. And so they are here to build libraries, to donate books to libraries that have children who are willing to learn. So we are partnering up with them, and then by having a concept of a children's library for Estilo de Vida. Okay, next slide. Ayan. So these are examples of the libraries they built in partnership with their artist collaborators. So what they do is they renovate school classrooms, public school classrooms around the country. Then they donate books, and of course they also train the teachers in how to use and how to further maximize the facilities, their new facilities. Okay, next slide. So we are applying that concept to our theme, to our competition theme this year. So our theme is Designing Spaces for Developing Minds, a children's library design incorporating innovative and flexible shelving solutions, safe and ergonomic furniture, and an overall environment conducive to learning. So we want to get the expertise or the knowledge of these students to be able to apply more learning spaces for these kids. Okay, next slide. So these are the design objectives. We've already briefed the students on this. They will be designing 36 square meter space. However, they need to apply the concept of flexibility, since these spaces, all of the materials, all of the books that will be used in the final design will be donated to the Contractors partner school. So the rooms in that partner school vary in size. So that's one thing that they need to consider when doing their design. Although the physical in the Phil Construct exhibit will be 36 squares or 4x9. The final venue for their design will vary. So they need to make sure that it can be expanded or it can be adjusted to fit that space. Okay, next slide, please. And they're working with a budget of 10,000 pesos per square meter, or a total of 360,000. We know that the final room might be bigger, so there are some variances in the final cost, but for the built-up display in Phil Construct, this will be the working budget. Slide, please. Okay, so these are just the competition mechanics that we've given to the students. Of course, we have to make sure that they are actual students in the schools that they are representing, and then they are making use of a student license version of 3ds Max, which is our technical, and then they are required to submit certain items I think this will be flashed in the next slide. And then they are also required to source the majority of their materials from our major sponsors. First, we need to to take into consideration that not all of the students have access to stores here in Manila. However, we have to make sure also that they do not source from any competitors of our sponsors.
Wala na, hindi ko na nalimutan.
And then it will be very helpful also to help our students if our sponsors can provide even an e-brochure and a contact person so that they can easily ask questions or ask for clarifications on the materials that they will be using. Okay, next slide. And we are still applying the digital transformation mechanics from the past to virtual. So they will still be required, the top 10 at least will be required to submit a video blog of their design process. And they are still required to submit a 3D perspective, not anymore a manual rendering of their final design. Okay, next slide, please. Sorry, can you go one more slide? I forgot to mention. Since there will be a top 10, and then the preliminary judges will be choosing the top 3 who will be given the chance to build their design at SMX. However, we are still giving a chance to the top 4 to 10 semifinalists. So even if they are not chosen to build their design, they will have a separate contest, a mini social media contest to so that they compete further for the final school that will be built by one of our contractor sponsors. So there are 3 contractor three contractors who are working with us in Estilo de Vida, the MCI, DATEM, and Will Desena. And then each of them have a partner school that they will be donating to. So they will be building the designs assigned to them to their in their partner schools. But one of our contractors from Sir Will Desena, they have committed to build 2 rooms, or they have committed school. So that's where the final winner will apply their design. Okay, next. Okay, so for the top 3, they will be doing the actual build-up and display, and then all of their expenses will be their basic expenses will be shouldered by PCA, and then the furniture, fixtures, and other accessories should stay within the budget of 360,000 per student. Okay, next slide. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, contestants are encouraged to use sponsors in their design. So their entry wins, the products featured in their designs can be easily stored. Then it's easier in procurement, so that it really be showcased during the build up in SMX. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so these are just for the students' reference in for their mechanics when they are already building their when the top 3 are already building their designs in SMX. Okay, next slide. So these are the requirements that they need to submit. The deadline is actually in 6 days, so that's already next week. So they need to send their design brief, their concept board, and then the top 3, once they have been announced in October 1, they need to coordinate with the artist links so that they can create their concept board. What kind of mural, what concept do they want to apply to their library? And of course, they need to send their technical drawings, their plans, elevations, the details, and the perspective, and their 3D walkthrough. And of course, their bill of materials, bill of quantities, and the top 3 will also send their video blog. Okay, next slide. Okay, and then to encourage more participation from our audience and not just from our participants, Global Link has also suggested this book drive. So this is open to all, not just the students, not just the visitors of PhilConstruct, but also to the companies joining PhilConstruct, sponsors, and also the contractor. So everyone is encouraged to donate children's books. There are some guidelines on what kinds of books to donate. And the company with the highest number of donated books will win certain prizes. Okay, next slide. For the preliminary judging, which happen upon submission next week, the preliminary judges will be grading all of the entries. So far, I think we have around 100 students who have signed up. Let's see if they'll be able to submit. All of them will be able to submit on the 27th. But for the preliminary judge, these are from last year, no, Misha? These are the preliminary judges from last year.
Yes,
So
po.
for this year, we are still finalizing the list of judges. But most probably they'll be from PCA and also a few from PIIT. Okay, next slide. And so the criteria for preliminary judging is very basic. It's more technical. Okay, next slide. So that we can really weed out in terms of technical knowledge. Then for the finalist judges, these are mostly from outside of PCA, with the of course the sponsors and PCA members as well, and experts in experts in interior design and experts in the actual field that we are designing. So we are still finalizing this. Hopefully we can send a list for your information by before the actual build up. Okay, next slide. So the criteria for the final judging is more it's expanded, since they will also be the top 3 students to be given a chance to do a final pitch. So from the past 2 Estilo DBS, the virtual versions, they had to have a presentation for a panel of judges. So for this year, we're also doing that there in PhilConstruct. So they will be given a chance to defend the design. So this is the event committee, and this is the next slide, and this is the timeline that we have. So we are already today is September 21, so this is a general meeting with all of you, and then the next milestone will be the submission on the 27th, and then mabilis na lang yan from the 28th to 30th. We'll be screening all the entries and for the scores for the preliminary judging. And then once the scores come, we'll be announcing top 10. And on October 3, we'll be briefing the top 3 finalists along with the suppliers and contractors. So please save the date for October 3, since we will be meeting with the students by this time. And mabilisan na yan because the opening ceremony of PhilConstruct is already a month after that. So ingress is from, also please take note that ingress to SMX is on October 31st to November 2. I know that raises some questions, especially for the contractors, since this there's a holiday sandwiched in between this. So please plan ahead. We don't have any other date na kasi to assign ingress since the opening ceremony is right after All Souls or All Saints Day. And then the exhibit proper is November 3 to 6. There. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so this is the PhilConstruct program schedule. Also, I forgot to, can you go back to the timeline? Okay, so for the final pitch, this will be in a separate room, right, Misha? Not in front of the exhibit. So the students will be presenting their final design to the panel of judges. So for the panel of judges, for the final judging, this will be composed of the PCA committee and also the principal from our sponsors. So that's from Boysen, Sir Ferdy here, also from CW Home Depot, and the new sponsors. We will also invite you to be judges for the final pitch. And also Miss Ning Ning will be invited to judge the final pitch. So this is really a big judging event. This is a live presentation of the students. So sponsors, please take note of November 4. We will be sending also letter of invitation to you so that you can save the date. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, next slide. Sorry. Here pala on, so the final pitch is November 4, but the awarding ceremony is November 6. This is separate since we are also anticipating the arrival of some of the kids who will be receiving the library from links. Okay, next slide. So these are confirmed schools, a total of how many is this? 13?
14 po.
14 schools. And then as mentioned earlier, there have already been 100 students who have confirmed their participation. So marami pa rin from Metro Manila, around 10 schools from Metro Manila, and then some from Luzon and Visayas. Okay, next slide. And then we welcome again our sponsors for this event. So thank you very much to Boysen. Who's from Boysen here? Verhel, hello.
Hi, ma'am.
Sir
Yes, ma'am.
Verhel.
Yes,
Yes.
good morning. And then we have, of course, CW Home here. Well,
Hi, no, he's not around. I'm Anna from CW
Hi.
Depot.
hello, Miss Anna.
Hi.
Good morning. Thank you again for your support to Estilo de Vida. And thank you to our technology partners, CIM Technologies. Welcome today. And to our new sponsors, so we have IFEX, we have Live. Hi. Here is from IFEX.
Hi, I'm Nancy.
Hello, Miss Nancy.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
And we have Landlight. Welcome. Hello, welcome.
Hi, Sir Mervin. Melvin.
Yes.
Yan.
And we have SND by Primex. Is a representative here. How about from CIM Technologies?
I think meron po.
Okay.
Shy lang.
Okay, welcome everyone.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for supporting Estilo de Vida. We assure you that this year is going to be a really exciting version of Estilo. We've been doing this for 19 years, but this is the first time that we have really stepped up in terms of our social advocacies. We hope that this will be a continuous thing, that your sponsorships, your support will go much further, not just during the event, but in helping kids, in helping links in their advocacy to help kids. Okay. So next slide. And then, of course, I want to thank our contractors, Will Desena and Associates. Is there a representative here? So they have committed to sponsor 2 elementary schools in Pangasinan. So anybody, the student who will be assigned to Will Desena will be designing for na elementary school in Manuel, Pangasinan. And then for the mini contest for the top 4 to top 10 finalists, they might be able to those who the win, the design will be applied to a possible second school in Pangasinan as well. And then for BM Kunsunhi, welcome Sir June.
Welcome, welcome.
So they have committed to donate this library to Taguig, to a possible school in Taguig. I'm not
Okay.
sure if the name of the school has been identified yet.
Not yet, Leslie, not yet. But I'll contact again the person that we talked to before.
Okay. And then welcome also to Datem, Sir Richard.
Hello po, ma'am. Good morning po.
Hello. Yan, sanay na si Sir Richard sa Estilo de Vida. But this time around, we will be donating all of the materials and the design of the top 3 students assigned to Datem to Alfonso Central School in Alfonso, Cavite. Ayan. Okay, next slide. So this is the proposed layout. So when you go up to, if you're familiar with SMX, this is a floor right beside the registration booth. Am I right? So this is the 36 square meter space that the students will be designing. What you see on top are LED screens. And this is the floor plan so that you can envision how it is laid out. And these are the awards and prizes for the students. So we've just applied the same prizes from 2 years before. 3 years before, from the last physical Estilo de Vida. Okay, next slide, please.
Okay. So actually that's it for yung mga design mechanics and our timeline. I'm just gonna go through quickly yung some ingress, show proper and egress procedures. Pero I just want to take note that yung this will be discussed further sa October 3 para rin yung lists. So for Estilo de Vida, yung contractors and sponsors will be treated as yung special design suppliers natin. So as such, we will be having a separate counter not dedicated for Estilo de Vida. So baka ma-confuse kayo pag ingress na hahanap. Hanapin nyo ako. Ako yung nandoon eh. So I will be the one to help process yung mga papers nyo. So next week, we will be sending out yung Estilo de Vida manual forms via email. And when you get them, you'll get a better idea of the things I will be discussing here. But for now, para advance na tayo, you can already declare yung vehicle types nyo and plate numbers and yung names of yung contractors nyo. You can send the list to me already para ma-prepare na po natin yan in advance. So ayan, just summary lang. Our show is from November 3 to 6. And from November 3 to 5, it's from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tapos pag November 6, it's from 10 a.m. to 5:30. And at the same time, meron po tayong online virtual show also of PhilConstruct, which will be live with exhibitors from November 3 to 6. Tas live for browsing ng November 7 to 13. And ingress, and we will be implementing a first in, last out policy. So yung individual time slots ninyo we sent through emails. So this is for yung sponsors and contractors. So for yung step 1 na yung trucks must proceed to block 29, and yung for the person who is accomplishing the requirements, they must proceed to the ingress counter at the ground floor lobby. So, to be finalized yung location po nung ingress counter, pero I will update you on that. So, here's a map of yung, where you can see yung SMX and block 29. So, we've provided you with yung location, may animation pala siya. Okay, so, may instructions lang siya on how to get from block 29 to the SMX loading bay. Ito po yung itsura ng loading bay natin. So, dyan po, we will be setting up a temporary satellite office for yung ingress. And just like yung no delivery shall be allowed using the main entrance of SMX. Meaning, dyan po lahat ng mga materials papasok. Kasi in-note po namin yan para clean tayo. Then, of course, during ingress, meron din tayong rates for yung cars and trucks. So, for this one, you will have to contact si Ms. of SX serve beforehand. And then, so for those who will process yung mga passes, meron tayong counter dito banda sa area na to. And then for step 2, you have to present the following. So for yung trucks, that's number 1, delivery vehicle pass or a truck pass. Number 2, a vehicle tag. Tapos for yung ingress counter, you need to present yung gate pass form. Huwag kayong takot kasi all of this will be coming from yung manual forms next week. So ayan, yung delivery vehicle pass, you have to keep this with you kasi ito din yung gagamitin ingress. And take note that this pass cannot serve as yung parking pass. Di ba pinakita ko kanina yung reservation fees for yung parking. This one can only allow delivery to enter yung mga block 29. And yung mga west parking, that's for World Trade Center. But for us, it's just block 29. And then number 2, yung vehicle tag. This will also be sent to you via email. And it has to be displayed sa inyong windshields of all vehicles kasi hinahanapin niyo sa block 29. Yung number 3, ito yung represent the ingress counter. This is yung gate pass and waiver form. So you'll need to bring 2 copies of each for ingress and egress. And I'll be the one to sign it off para mapasok na kayo. And yan. On our designated ingress counters, you have to confirm your ingress schedule by typing your company name to validate. So once your schedule is confirmed, you get your ID badges. Now, I based this from yung 2019. Alam ko, exhibitors were given 5 badges each. And then, this is exhibit badge po. So this one, exhibit badges can be used from ingress to egress. is priced at 50 pesos and can only be used during ingress and egress, hindi sa show proper po. And these IDs are non-refundable. So ito, let's go quickly sa ingress rules. Of course, no ID, no entry, no firearms, no smoking inside. Of course, you have to wear proper attire, especially for yung contractors, so they can't wear slippers, shorts, sando, open shoes. You have to provide them with like a pants or like a t-shirt, proper. No mask, no entry. So you must provide appropriate protection for enclosures, no glitters, confetti, no strong adhesive, no drilling, nailing, painting on the FMX panels. No major painting din and varnishing inside the hall, and you cannot use the venue as living quarters. And items should not be dragged to the floor. There is use of electric lift is subject to availability. So you can just message me if you need that, but I don't think we will need this naman. So just a quick note, booths must be 70%. It's just a suggestion then na prefabricated, completed prior to ingress. Help sa time natin pagpasok, di ba? So yung mga paint jobs can be done beforehand. Yung mga structures can be already built para isa-set up na lang. And pag show na, so the exhibition halls will be open to all exhibitors 1 hour prior to the start of the show. So kunyari, kung 10 a.m. siya mag-open, 9 a.m. pwede na kayo pumasok. Especially during yung mga day 2, day 3, para you can replenish yung mga brochures nyo or yung mga products. So same as ito naman sa show rules naman, no ID, no entry, no mask, no entry. You have to bring your vaccination card. So no kids are allowed sa PhilConstruct. Of course, may exception tayo sa EDV daw, sa last day where we're special invited naman yung guests natin na kids from Alfonso. Of course, you have to wear proper attire. And separate, iba po yung rates natin kapag show proper na. So it's here. And yun nga, just contact si Miss Hannah if you want to reserve. And these are the hall closing times. And if you're overwhelmed, don't worry, I will send to you a copy of this PowerPoint para kaya nyo siyang i-review on your own time. For egress, so you just have to proceed to the EDV booth and present the following. So we'll be giving you a survey form, may egress clearance. Yung payment, I think, is more for booths. And then yung pass-in, pass-out form. Tapos, it's the same as yung ingress for yung trucks. You have to proceed again to block 29 and you present the truck pass and the vehicle pass. Kaya that's why you have to keep it until egress. And then yun na nga, meron ulit tayo yung contractors IDs, 50 pesos per pass. And it's not replaceable also if it's lost. So just last important reminders, no one will be allowed to pull out any item from the show hours prior to the prescribed schedule. So ito yung sinasabi, you can, or before the show starts, you can already replenish your brochures or products. Hindi namin yan i-allow during show proper. The drivers are not allowed to leave their vehicles unattended at the loading bay. And you can bring extra personnel to facilitate the unloading and unloading of your items. Leaving of items in the hall after the egress schedule is not allowed. And we also have, we provide storage fee naman. Storage space na may fee of 2.5 per company per day for materials that can be hand carried, like brochures, workshops, ganyan. Yung 10,000 per equipment or product, hindi na hand carry na. That's all from me. I know it's a lot, but don't worry, I will send you the presentation. I think before our Q&A, Miss Ningning can already present her slides para lahat ng questions we can save for the end. I'll just share her presentation. Miss Ningning, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello.
Hi.
Let me just load your presentation.
siguro while Misha is loading the presentation, I just want to share again. I think some of the people here are not familiar yet with Link. Just a little background. We're an organization, NGO in the Philippines, with members. Our volunteers are all from the Philippines, but we do have partners in the US and in Scotland. So what we do really is to help children, especially in education. But through the years, we have seen that donating books or school supplies is not enough. Didn't really see much impact kasi on the children. And because of the many test results that we are gathering from the different international assessments, we have seen that what we really need to do now is to concentrate on the reading abilities of children. And it can only happen if in the first place, children have access to books and to libraries. That is why in the past 2-3 years, Links has been focusing mostly on the Hooked on Books library program. So the Hooked on Books library program is not just library. So it comes with a lot of different things like training the community, training the teachers, training the students, so that not only can we use the facility better, but also for the entire community to be empowered so that they can run the facility and they can do their own reading programs for the children using data. So we can actually see the changes. We can see the progress of children through the years, from being poor readers to being really independent readers. So that's the goal of what we do here. So this project is not really, it's not cheap. It's not easy, but it's what works. That's why we keep pushing that let's do this together. So the presentation is really is for us to be able to work together on the different considerations of the cost. Kasi the Estilo de Vida event for November 3 to 6 is just the beginning. It's just the start of the library program. It will be continued on site. So as Ms. Leslie mentioned, we have 3 identified sites, possibly a 4th one. So we have Alfonso Cavite, San Manuel Pangasinan, and Taguig. So the 4th one will probably be in Pangasinan again. So next slide, please. Yeah, so for the Estilo de Vida activity, so I think I got the dates wrong based on the timeline presented earlier, but this is what we really need. There will be 15 of us who will be coming. 9 of them will be artists working with the 3 winners. So 3 artists will be doing murals per winner, per booth, per showroom. So the 6, that will be me, including other volunteers who will be sorting out books, packaging, and everything, and helping complete the library before the final judging. In terms of cost, we will be needing transportation, board and lodging. We'll be mostly coming from Baguio City. We'll be needing also book sorting materials like boxes when we box all the donated books during the book drive, tape, and of course labeling. We will be doing an inventory to see, like for example, you said that we have the companies who will be exhibiting will be donating books. So we will be doing an inventory so that we know how many books come from which company. So we'll be doing that before we start sorting them. And then during the Estilo de Vida, we will be needing also transportation for the 50 kids from the I thought it was from the 3 recipient school. So I think they will be coming from Alfonso. So we will have meals for them as well. So those are the things that we need to consider when we do the costing. Next slide. Okay. There are some items that already have sponsors. So these are the things that maybe I just want to ask if, we don't need to worry about this anymore. So if I understand correctly, construction during the Estilo de Vida activity, and until we complete it on site will be borne by the PCA with specific companies sponsoring each school. So we have DATEM for Alfonso Cavite, we have DMCI for Taguig, and then we have Will Desenia for the Pangasinan ones. And then I think we have Philippines Corporation for all the lights, switches, and outlets to be set up in the libraries. And then the paints will be from Boys. Acrylic signage that contains all donors that will be placed inside the door of the library will be sponsored by SND, by Primex. And then I believe that the giveaway for the recipient schools, the kids and the teachers, they will have some or something that will be given out to them will be by International Fine Paper Exchange, or IFX. Next slide. Okay, so per project cost, so after Estilo de Vida, so we will be transporting the finished products from the Estilo de Vida to the sites. So once we transfer them, the completion of these projects para they will be usable libraries already will be done by us in links already. So that will be more it's going to be harder because it's an entire project already with all the four walls, and then set the library, the shelves, the books, color coding, all at the same time training already the community. So that's usually a three-day activity with 20 volunteers from links. So the per project cost will be mostly for the transportation, board and lodging, and if possible allowances for our artists. And then we'll be needing also painting materials like brushes. So we have specific mural brushes that we use, and other non-paint materials. And then meals and materials during community workshops as well. So the estimated cost, of course, this will vary. It could be lower, it could be higher. It depends on the place, what is available in the community. Would be 200,000 excluding construction costs. So that's just an estimate. We can finalize that later on. Next slide. What we will do on our side at Links is we will do all the data gathering and analysis, reading proficiency of the children, and also the training skills. The training ability and the teaching ability of our teachers and parents in schools. We will also do the ocular inspection and initial community consultation. Usually, we will meet with the mayor to get the local government involved, and then we also present to them the data and the needs of the school, and at the same time what we will offer them. And then we will also talk to the community leaders. So that would be the principal, the teachers, the PTA, the barangay leaders. We just want to get all the community members involved because, as we know, it takes a village to educate a child. We want them involved because in the first place, we will just set up their library. After the library, that's just the beginning, sila ang magtuloy nung program. And we will be monitoring and evaluating their program to make sure that kids are reading better. And then we will train them as well. We have a training for teachers, another one for students, and another one for the community. We will also be doing the mural painting of all the interior and exterior walls of the library. And we will also provide them with the sculpted wooden signage that says Hub Library at the entrance of the facility. Next slide. As the books, this is one of the most important things that we need to consider. The Filipino books will be locally purchased talaga. Usually, we don't get donations of Filipino books. So this one, we usually purchase from Adana House. And lately, we have partnered with Rex Publishing, so we can also purchase from there. And Procore, Miss Jin Lee of Procore has pledged, but there are there's no exact amount yet of what she can raise, but she's going to try to raise funds so we can purchase the books before November. so that these are the books that we will display in the three showrooms. The English books, we will also provide that. A majority of the books we'll put in the three libraries would be English. So these will be story books, novels that are wholesome, illustration books, pop-up books, the favorites of the kids. Very colorful and very, very fun to read. So really fun to read. So most of these books will be coming from the PCA book drive. And on site, we will do the sorting, the labeling, and the packaging. And then we were wondering also, because there's a possibility if the three LGUs who are seeing the three libraries will be coming, if the mayors are coming and they have vehicles, we can probably already send the boxes of books to them para nila they can do the storage in their own areas. But whatever is left of that, we will have to figure out who can store it. Maybe the PCA can help us with the storage while we're waiting until we go to the sites. And then one of the things also that I was thinking of, Miss Leslie, is if there's a possibility of inviting Adarna House to set up a booth at the entrance where the registration will happen, just in case there are people who will participate, did not bring any books, so as they might want to donate and just purchase it right there. So if that's a possibility. Next slide. I think that's it. Yeah. So those are the things that we need to maybe talk about some more and then finalize so we can be ready for November. Thank you.
Thanks, Miss
Thanks, Miss
Nini.
Nini.
For the Adarna House detail, we can discuss it with Patrick if that's possible.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. So I think we can open the floor for questions. So if you have any questions, please feel free to just vocally ask nyo lang po ngayon. No questions? Or baka ang dami pa masyadong information kailangan pa i-process. Pero I think medyo clear na naman, di ba? I think everyone's naman the timeline and everyone knows naman, I think, their role sa STO. But yun na nga. If you have any clarifications, feel free to message, email me, or pwede din si Miss Mia. Pero sana if you have na ngayon, okay, kasi nandito tayong lahat.
Misha,
Miss
can you
Ina, can I?
yeah.
Yes po.
Sorry.
Go.
Go ahead, Ningning.
Yeah, I forgot na the finishing completion of the three hub libraries. We're thinking of doing Alfonso in December, first week of December, and then doing San Manuel Pangasinan in February, and then the third one Taguig or baliktad po, Sir June, maybe February Taguig, and then San Manuel April.
Yes, Ningning. I'm trying to get back at the person that we talked to, yung pinaka-head nung sa scholarships nila. And we'll try to find out, no? And
Yes.
hopefully we can also try to invite the mayor para makita rin niya, no? That would be nice to, ano. And what you suggested, the things that they can bring back or store in their LGU, respective LGU, baka pwedeng may i-pass on na natin para
Yes,
it
opo.
will be a difficult thing to store it and rehandle
Yes.
it again, di ba?
Yes,
Sige,
yes, sir.
we'll try to
I
do
have
that.
volunteers naman po who can already do the sorting and labeling na kung saan pupunta. So we can easily do that. Maiuwi na nila on November 6. Apo.
We'll just have to notify them earlier para I guess they would have those transport available naman eh. Wala, I don't think that's a problem. No? It's just
Apo.
we just need to tell them ahead of time and probably estimate how many boxes or size of boxes that will be stored, no? Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions? Clarifications?
Hi, Misha. This is Anna from CW Home Depot.
Hi.
Yeah, I just want to clarify. Will there be a storage room just like we've been, getting since we started supporting Estilo? Because then normally construction, the last supplier to go in is us because furniture, kasi nauuna talaga yung mga contractor. And normally naman, kahit 3 days yung ingress, yung items namin, dinideliver namin on the first day, pero nalalagay siya sa booth means last day of the evening nga ng show. So, gusto ko lang sana i-clarify kung meron pa rin kaming room for those items, especially yung furniture and yung mga items na medyo pricey. Siyempre, iiwan namin siya sa site. Hindi na namin siya pwedeng iwan lang sa foyer o sa lobby area. Normally kasi bibigyan si CW Home Depot ng storage room to keep all those things.
Okay. So, I think I have to clarify this one with Miss Tina. Kasi, ang alam ko, they are not providing yung storage area. That's what I know. But if you're saying na there is a need talaga for one, maybe I can convince her if may available space pa po for that one.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Last time kasi, 2019, ang pinrovide nila was a parang small function room or naman para lang kasya yung mga furniture. Also on the same floor lang din naman ng estilo para pag need nung bata kasi bilis kasi 'di ba alam naman natin we also experience yung mga theft doon sa during the exhibit days lalo na yung mga items na accessories. So minsan nakuha siya lalo na pag walang bantay. So we wanted to secure especially yung mga furniture na borrowed from our suppliers.
Yeah. I will bring this up with si Miss Tina. And basta yung concern niyo po is you need the holding area for the furniture, di ba po?
Yes,
Baka-
so accessories sana. Kasi may mga accessories din na hinihiram yung mga students.
Okay. Sige. Okay, I'll bring it up po. Alright.
Then second question pala, for the books, for the donation of books, do you always parang dapat brand new yung books or can suppliers like us also donate mga used books from internal namin ng mga na mga employees?
Yeah,
I think
can I
Miss
answer?
Ling-
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Miss Anna, you can actually do that. We're just requesting sana na gently used, yung libro, walang sulat, punit, yung mga ganon. And we're really hoping these will be storybooks, really attractive books that children love. We will not be accepting textbooks sana and mga reference books kasi hindi rin kasi babasahin ng kids. We really want to start them learning how to love books and libraries. Yun. So yeah, yes you can. Second hand is okay as long as gently used.
Okay, noted. We'll do, kasi we do have a book drive within our employees. Then we choose an association na nagbibigay kami ng mga books. So for this year siguro, it will be also good na i-donate na lang sa links yung drive namin.
Yes, thank you. That would be really nice. Thank you, Miss Anna.
Good. Thank you. Do you have any more questions? No more?
Misha, can you
Yes
send
po.
can you send the presentation nakita nyo? So
Yes
we have a
po.
reference, no? Okay. Thank
Yes.
you.
Send the presentation and yung recording rin po. I'll upload it para you can rewatch it. Also for the
Thank
ones
you,
who aren't
thank you.
here. Apo. Okay. You sure you have questions? Mukhang none naman for now, but yeah. you can always email lang. So I think we can actually end this meeting now, but before you, maybe you should take a photo para lang for documentation purposes. So if you can turn on your cameras for a quick bit lang, I'll just take a quick screenshot. Okay, wait for everyone. Refresh nyo naman. Set everybody. Okay. Sige, tingin na kayo sa screen. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, I think I got it. Thank you for attending today, and I hope you
Thank you.
understand estilo more. And I
Thank
hope we're
you.
all on the same page. And if you have any questions talaga, swear, I will answer it. I will do my best to answer everything.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Thank you
Bye.
everybody for supporting us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.